So today we wanted to talk about using CrashPlan, not the Pro, but just the standard CrashPlan, as a backup client within a virtual machine. And that virtual machine is a domain member, and we want to set the DSCP, the QoS value, to a specific level, and just for that application. Like I said, nothing special about the VM. It is a domain member. As far as a QoS, you have your trust points set throughout the network. You can either trust the uplink from the virtual machine, or in this case here, I am matching against that DSCP value being set to 8 in our case. First off, it is the service that actually runs is called CrashPlan service.exe. You'll find it running within your task manager. By default, it is ran as a system. That way it runs at the system startup versus when you log in. And normally when we go to this policy-based quality of service link on Microsoft's site here, other times that I've done this have been with applications like Jabber, which you run after you log in and only after you log in. It's always been set up underneath the group policy management. If you edit the policy that you would create on your domain controller, which is the system here, we've always, for the Jabber, we'd go into the Windows settings and set up the policy-based quality of service underneath the user configuration. So whenever that user logged in, no matter what PC they logged in, they got the appropriate policy. However, with the CrashPlan, since it does run more or less as a system service, we want to apply it at the computer level. So no matter who logs in, it's ran at the computer level. It doesn't care. And that's where we created this specific policy for the CrashPlan service.exe and set the DSCP value appropriately. With that set and applied, we are able to initiate a GP update /force or log out, log back in, restart the machine, whatever you'd like to do. And once that policy is updated, then we can go to rsop.msc to verify that policy has been applied to the machine, and that's the resultant set of policy, as you can see there. And we're going to go, again, normally we're working under user configuration if it's going to follow the user, but this time we've applied it underneath the computer configuration. So we can go to administrative template, extra registry settings, and you'll see that we have our CrashPlan service and the DSCP value is set to 8. So the policy did come down and get applied to the machine properly, so that should be good to go. The next thing that you need to do is switch the service account over, and in this case I wanted to run off of a actual service account versus my login, so I had to make sure that that service account is set up underneath the administrators group. That way you do have administrative rights to this local backup box. Once that's set, we can go over to the services.msc and go to the CrashPlan service, and as you can see, you'll want to set it up with the proper login as rights. Restart that service. Once you have the logon rights set up appropriately, with the service restart, you can go over and take a look at your QoS settings. And I'm looking at my outbound class of service, my outbound policy map here, and as you can see, we're offering just a little over 2 megabits. And if you were to go back to CrashPlan, you'll see that we are indeed just a little bit over 2 megabits. So at this point, we can verify that CrashPlan is having it set up, having the DSCP value set through the policy map, and just for that CrashPlan application, not for every application. Can verify that our switching infrastructure is picking it up, and it is matching that So it resets the DSCP value, just kind of how I do the QoS here, how I'm doing the QoS here. But it is then trusted all the way through to the edge of my network, which is passing it off as scavenger. So it prioritizes it very low. Thanks for viewing.